All right, what's up, y'all? So this is the last day of training camp for the Rams, and we have a little bit of injury news. Unfortunately, nothing too crazy. Brandon Powell has banged his knee, and we are awaiting results. Currently, the Rams wrapped up training camp at UC Irvine today with one last practice that was closed to the public. Sean McVay met with the media afterwards and revealed that Brandon Powell banged his knee and the Rams are awaiting results. McVay didn't seem too concerned, according to team reporter Stu Jackson, but it's something to monitor. Powell is firmly entrenched as the team's return specialist, and he wasn't going to play in the preseason regardless of health. The Rams simply don't want to risk injury to their stud returner. This is the tweet from Stu Jackson. The Rams head coach Sean McVay said wide receiver, kick returner, punt returner Brandon Powell banged his knee and team is waiting for results. However, McVay didn't seem too concerned, and he was a player who wasn't going to play in the preseason anyway. In Powell's place, Tutu Atwell, Kyron Williams, Raymond Calais could get opportunities for the punts and the kickoffs and in the three exhibition games. So definitely want to look out for this. I am a fan of Brandon Powell. He came on pretty late in the season. I think his first breakout game was against Jacksonville, actually, if I'm not too mistaken. And he solidified his spot as the kickoff returner. And honestly, it was a position we really hadn't, no one really had locked down that position to that point last year. And special teams was kind of, I'm not going to lie, like for years, special teams was like really, really good on our team. Last year, though, like it's the first half of the year was it could have been better. Like they were, to their defense, there was a lot of injuries, a lot of young new players, and it was just there was a lot going on, and they just didn't perform as well as they could have. To their credit, however, towards the end of the season, that playoff run, our special teams was solid. It was solid, and I really think that's going to carry over to next season, and a big part of that's going to be Brandon Powell. Brandon Powell what is awesome. I really like, and as a matter of fact, I was hoping that they might integrate him in the offense somehow, some way, like with jet sweeps, this, that, and the other. I would prefer to see him do that as opposed to Tutu Atwell. I know a lot of the reports are saying Tutu's gonna have a role in the offense. It's gonna be like that, and you know if he does well, then that's awesome, and I'm gonna be happy for him. I do not have a problem with Tutu, but personally, all the things they do with Tutu, like honestly, I really wanted them to do that with Brandon Powell last year. The idea that he would run like the misdirection plays, the sweeps, possibly screens. I really think Brandon Powell can excel in that. And I feel like out of the two, I would like to see him do that as opposed to Tutu. But Brandon has a responsibility to special teams, so we really need him to be healthy. And knee injuries are always kind of a really worrisome because you don't know, it could be an ACL and he's out for the year, dude. I mean, there the knee issues always makes me concerned anytime I hear this, especially if the team goes, "Oh, we're not really talking about it. We're not really talking about it." I'm like, okay, I'm a little worried now. I'm a little worried now. But I mean, Sean didn't seem concerned. He could just be putting on his best poker face, we'll call it. But I mean, he could be doing that, or could he just maybe slam the knee on the turf or on the grass a little too hard? Who knows? So that is something we'll definitely keep an eye on. Powell is very important to this team. He doesn't get talked about a lot, but he is important, and I hope it's nothing serious and that he can be on the field week 1 because special teams is vital and we need, like, honestly, he's like the best returner we have on the team. So he needs to be healthy. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this. But we're going to go ahead and go to another injury. Unfortunately, another player I was excited to see in the preseason, to see if he had improved from year 1 to year 2, and if he would maybe get a little more playing time at his position, because I feel like he could play very well. But unfortunately for him, at least for the time being, Rams outside linebacker Chris Garrett has a growing injury and could miss up to a couple of weeks. So this was another kind of kick in the teeth. I like Chris Garrett. I think Chris Garrett can do well. Um, but this will definitely kind of set him back. Chris Garrett is battling to make the final 53-man roster, just as he did last year after putting together a strong preseason. Unfortunately, he may not have that many opportunities in the preseason to prove his value. Sean told reporters Tuesday that Garrett is dealing with a growing injury and could sideline him for up to a couple weeks. Thankfully, the preseason hasn't started yet, so Garrett still has time to recover and get back on the field. But this is unfortunate setback for a player who hasn't locked up a roster spot. And this is McVay quoted here. Chris Garrett has ended up getting his groin. Those soft tissue things can be anywhere between a couple of days to a couple of weeks. So I kind of deferred to Reggie and his group, and I know he's going to do everything in his power to get back out here as quickly as possible. So Garrett missed some time early last season after spending a few weeks on the COOF list. McVay said it was a setback for the rookie pass rusher. He never quite got back on track after being active for just one game all season and spending most of the year as a healthy scratch. That is a little, all right. That's not the best thing to hear. That he never really got back on track after missing a few weeks early last season. I understand that may get you behind, but the thing is, you got the entire season to catch up. It's a little worrisome that he wasn't able to do that. Now, maybe it was a situation where during the season, you're game planning, like the Rams are game planning, so there necessarily isn't a whole lot of reps to be had at the depth positions, unfortunately, from my understanding. I do not know that 100%, but that's what I would imagine it is. And the fact that he didn't get a lot of reps possibly is maybe why he was struggling with some things. But, it's unfortunate. Hopefully he can get himself back on track after this injury. Because I would like to see if he I think he could be good. I think he could be good. But, the coaches, if the coaches feel like he's not ready and he's not putting them on there, that makes me pause because I feel like he can do good. But if the coaches aren't doing that, then that kind of tells me something too. So hopefully this can be healed up sooner rather than later. And hopefully he can get back on track, get some playing time, and then we can see if he's can be like a good, reliable rotational piece at the outside linebacker position. So we'll see. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this video. We'll catch you guys on the next one. And as always, go Rams.